What it is, what it do, what it is, lads and ladettes. It's your boy The Grizz coming back at you with another episode of Yesterday Today. This is the show where we tell you about some of the biggest news you may have heard or may not have heard from yesterday today. And man, we got a doozy. We got some news coming out of CD Projekt Red, some good, some bad, and I'm just wondering where some of this is going to lead. And we also got a chance to see a Dead Space trailer and a special limited editions coming. So let's just get right into it. Alright, so I want to go ahead and say I'm not the biggest horror game fan, but I do appreciate some of them, right? I played the Resident Evil games, didn't finish most of them, only got to finish 5. Some would say that just wasn't real Resident Evil. That's fine, but I definitely enjoyed that game. Now, another franchise that I've actually dipped into but never finished, and I'm talking about played every single one of them, except for maybe the Wii and the tablet one, but it's Dead Space, right? And I heard about a Dead Space remake happening, and I kind of had hope in it, but I'm not a Dead Space hardcore guy. Like, I made it through 1 or 2 of the boss battles, and the game just wasn't for me anymore. But I kind of got excited about the remake because I'm really interested. And so yesterday we got a look at the trailer, which looks pretty much like modernized Dead Space, meaning it looks really good. And if you don't believe that it really looks up to date, you go ahead and you watch the trailer to the original Dead Space. This game looks absolutely amazing. I'm not going to really get it, but I can't wait to see how it unravels. But man, I'm telling you, I'm very tempted to get this special limited edition, this collector's edition from Limited Run Games, because this got announced right when the trailer came out. And look at this. You actually get a replica helmet, Isaac's helmet, to actually just walk around and wear. It comes in this big, beautiful box. And of course, one of my favorites, the steel case. And then you get 4 mini posters. And you get a 4-inch metal marker statue, a marker enamel, and an Ishimura patch. And then you get the CD soundtrack, and of course you get the game. This is, listen, if you are a diehard Dead Space person and you're excited to see that they are bringing out the same game and bringing it up to speed, and they also said they're trying to, maybe they twisted some things a little bit just to make sure it ties into Dead Space 2 a little better. So if you're a diehard person, let me know down in the comments below if you jumped right on this, because you can still pre-order it. I'll even link you in the comments for it. But Limited Run Games, yeah, that's what they do. They make bomb collector's editions. And if you scroll down on the channel, I actually got an unboxing of the Streets of Rage 4 version that they did, which was absolutely awesome. But let me know if you're getting this in the comments below. Alright, so let's talk about that Nintendo and the Mario movie. Well, there's a direct coming tomorrow in the afternoon. I want to say about 4:05 Eastern, 1:05 PT. And it's going to be a Nintendo Direct based around the movie. And that's where the trailer is going to be. And, well, most people were saying, I don't know about this because Chris Pratt is voicing Mario. And, well, I'm kind of excited because, have y'all seen this trailer? Have y'all seen this art? Look at it. Look at it. Fire. I'm talking about, look at here, we got the Toads here, we got some floating islands in the back, we got Peach Castle back there. This looks absolutely fire, and honestly, I think they're going to take it serious. I think Chris Pratt is going to nail it out the park. Chris Pratt, he doesn't really miss. I'm really interested in seeing where his voice is, and we got so many other people inside this movie, and it's a big cast, so I think Nintendo's going all out here. And what does this mean for the future? You start off with Mario, but then what do we get? A Zelda Netflix series? Metroid anime. Both of those things really excite me, so I really can't wait to see what's going on. We will see tomorrow, and you will hear about it on Saturday on Yesterday Today. Alright, so now let's talk about CD Projekt. So yesterday CD Projekt made a lot of announcements. One of them where somebody is stepping down, and then they also announced a bevy of games. But let's take it step by step. First of all, let's just shout out Marcin Iwinski, who is the co-founder and joint CEO of CD Projekt, and he put out this statement on Twitter. Hi everyone. Today I have some news that's both important to me and to the company. I am beginning a brand new personal chapter at CD Projekt, as I will submit my candidacy for the role of chairman of the supervisory board, leaving behind my joint CEO role by the end of 2022. I'll hand over my duties to my colleagues from the board. For me, this is a huge moment. I've been at CD Projekt for almost 30 years, and I have seen it go from a handful of passion-driven rebels to an intentionally recognized developer of story-driven role-playing games loved by millions globally. Back when Michael Kaczynski and I founded the company, I don't think either of us would have been able to imagine this incredible journey, not even in our wildest dreams. When I think about the future of CD Projekt, it is so exciting for me. Today, the company consists of over 1,200 people across offices all over the world. But CD Projekt has never been about physical place or scale. It's all about the huge amount of talent we have and the hard work and dedication of everyone who chooses to work here. It is thanks to the commitment and amazing talent that right now I have the same feeling I had all those years ago. Hunger and optimism for what's ahead. It really feels like this is only the beginning. Our hugely ambitious strategy has such an inspiring and strong team at the helm. And I deeply believe in our plan to take CD Projekt to new heights. As such, I intend to remain a major shareholder in my new non-executive role. I will remain active and engaged, dedicating my focus on supporting the entire management board. I also remain connected to the core of what makes us special, which is making the best storytelling games in the world and doing right by gamers. And then he says, I want to thank everyone who has ever been a part of what I think is one of the most vibrant video game companies in the world. And hey, he's stepping down, probably want to take a step back. Maybe, because they're publicly traded, they didn't like the way certain things were handled. I don't know what it is, just take it with a grain of salt. I'm not saying this is gospel, but this could mean many things. Maybe he just wanted to do this, who knows. But yeah, this is only one of the things that CD Projekt announced today. So then CD Projekt decided to go ahead and tweet and give us the long-term product outlook of what's going on in the studios, and they announced 7 games. 7. Right? And so I'm going to go across all of this, and then I'm going to throw my opinions in there. And just along the Witcher series line is Sirius by the Molasses Flood. And there's a new Witcher trilogy by CD Projekt Red, meaning it's just a whole new 3 games. So that's 4 games in total. Sirius, and then a new Witcher trilogy. And then Canis Majora's, made by a third party, meaning an outside studio. Right? And then you have Cyberpunk with the DLC coming, Phantom Liberty. And then there's a Cyberpunk sequel called Project Orion, and that's developed by CD Projekt Red. And lastly, there's a new IP, Project Hadar. And then they went ahead and broke it down even further, that Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, which sounds like it's straight up from Metal Gear Solid, Sons of Liberty? Guns of Liberty? Sons of the Patriot, whatever. I'm not even a huge Metal Gear fan, but Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, a major story-driven expansion to Cyberpunk 2077. Current project stage, final product phase. Developed by CD Projekt Red team, 350 plus currently involved. And then Project Sirius, which is an innovative take on the Witcher universe, telling an unforgettable story for existing Witcher fans and new audiences. Current project stage pre-production, developed by the Molasses Flood, supported by CD Projekt Red, currently 60 plus involved. Project Polaris, a story-driven open-world RPG built on the legacy of Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. So this is going to be a game that's very much similar to Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. What does this mean? Maybe we're not going to play as Geralt? Current project is in pre-production, developed by CD Projekt Red, 150 plus, beginning of a new Witcher trilogy. All 3 games aim to be delivered within a 6-year period following the Polaris release. Now, when you say that, and we know in your CD Projekt Red, okay, and we first heard about Cyberpunk 2011, 2012, and then we didn't get it until, 2020? You can see why we're kind of iffy here, right? And then they also Project Canis Majora's, a story-driven single-player open-world RPG set within the Witcher universe, so definitely, probably not Geralt. Contracted to be developed by a third-party studio led by ex-Witcher veterans, so they're gonna have a hand on that. And then Project Orion, Cyberpunk 2077 sequel that will prove the full power and potential of the Cyberpunk universe, to be developed by CD Projekt Red team. And then expanding with the third IP, Project Hadar, new standalone IP distinct from The Witcher in Cyberpunk 2077, developed 100% internally, IP incubation since late 2021, currently in the conceptual phase by a small strike team. Now, this sounds good, but I'm also wondering, why would they do this? Why would they put out this much information? And given the fact that what it seems to be a trend here, it can be a number of things from this year. People are announcing stuff early enough so they can get developers to get excited to come work for the company and work on these games. This is what has happened with Black Myth Wukong, where they released the trailer that we saw. It was earlier this year, or was it even last year? But they said they did that just to see, for developers to come like, yo, I want to come work on this. This looks amazing. And it seems like a lot of people are doing this. And also, this could also be because it's a publicly traded company. They lost a lot of money to Cyberpunk. Even though Cyberpunk sold them about almost 20 million copies still, and they were still gloating about all the money they made, even though they released a broken game, they gotta find a way to look good. So that's what all of this seems like, and when you put it all together. So they're letting you know this is what we're working on in the future, and so they're advertising themselves basically free for people like, oh, they're doing this. Let me see what that's about. Let me see if I can get a job there. And then to shareholders, they're looking better. Okay, shareholders like, how you gonna make me some money? They want to know how you're gonna make them some money. So they want to see what this is. Now, I'm excited about this. I might actually fall into it because I didn't think Cyberpunk sucked. It was buggy as all hell, but it was still a very, very good game. And I'm actually going to go back in and play it again. I don't know if I'm going to play it again, or am I just going to jump right back in for the DLC? Is the DLC going to give us, basically a whole new tutorial? You can do this and do that. Does your character cross over? I'm really, really, wondering where this is going to go. And of course, I wasn't the biggest fan of The Witcher, but I do watch the show. I do love the show. I played some of the game, thought the game was pretty great, but a little too ambitious for me. I don't like those huge open world games with just too much to do. But you giving us a bunch of Witcher games, just spin-offs and stuff like that, oh, I'm here for it, and I can't wait to see it take the world by storm again. But what do you think of all this down in the comments below? What do you hear about the co-CEO, stepping down, and all of these games, 7 games, plus the Cyberpunk 2077 expansion? I'm on that day one, for real. But let me know what you think about all this down in the comments below. And our last story to wrap it all up, Herman Hulst was interviewed by Axios, and he was telling us some good stuff. He was basically telling us there's going to be a year release between PS4 and PC versions, and then they also going to work on a live service games and mobile, but they also find the single player games some of the most profitable. So here's what they're saying as from Axios. We have a history and a reputation for building these incredible narrative-driven single-player games, such as The Last of Us and Horizon and the upcoming God of War Ragnarok. And the PlayStation Studios head is centrally located to orchestrate expansion efforts, coordinating the work of some 4,000 developers across 19 studios from Japan to California. We're also diversifying now, and we have stood up 12 projects in total in the live ops multiplayer space. Live ops or live service games are usually multiplayer and designated for years of post-release content that can generate additional revenue. Live games such as Epic's Fortnite and EA's Apex Legends are among the industry's biggest hits, but Sony has had scant success in that category. So they're letting us know how they're moving forward, and they're also trying to stop Xbox from getting fully acquiring Activision, because they want everybody to know how dangerous it will be to the community of gaming if they lose it. Nope, Sony just knows they're going to lose money, so they're trying to get them to buy them some time so they can get their own live service stuff out there, and so they can make some money. But to compete with Warzone that's about to be owned by Xbox, that's really interesting, and I'm interested in seeing where they're going with this live service stuff. I have no idea where they're going. I mean, you can look at Gran Turismo and say that that's a live service, that's fine, but they also own Bungie, and they basically own Destiny, so I can't wait to see what they're going. Let Bungie just guide you and let you know they are the ones who did it and told you, yo, this is how we got to do it. We had to learn from it. Now, this is how you move. So I don't know if I can accept them putting out any live services games and them having like huge missteps. Unacceptable. Halo on Xbox is just like, these people didn't know what they was doing in the first place. They kind of learning from it. But if you cut on Halo right now, it's still fun. It still is enjoyable. People still have their issues about it, as they do with a lot of other games. You're not going to like everything. It's not going to be perfect. But I'm really excited about what PlayStation is doing. I'm glad they're not stepping away from single player games, because, man, Horizon is fun, Uncharted is fun, and I am a huge fan of God of War and The Last of Us. So give us all of that. Just stop remastering stuff, because for some reason they're also remastering Horizon Zero Dawn. They thought that this has been a rumor, but it's all over the place, and it's only 5 years old. Maybe that this is just like The Last of Us' remake, where there's a Horizon Zero Dawn TV show announced. So maybe they're going to release that alongside the show. I don't know. It's not for us. I'm not going to replay that game. That game was good and all, but it just wasn't like in longevity. It's not replayable for me like the first Last of Us was. And I still didn't even pay $70 for that. When that price comes down, I'll get it. But as far as for Horizon Zero Dawn, it's a no for me, dog. But I'm still trying to make it through Horizon Forbidden West, which is actually a much better game. But I'm hoping the show is fire. But once again, moving forward, I'm hoping to see what they're doing with their live services. And hey, I'm even interested in seeing where they're going with the mobile department, because, well, Nintendo kind of seems to have that on Smash a little bit. They got Fire Emblem and they got a couple other games. So yeah, let's see where this is going. I can't wait to see where all of the competition takes it. And let's see. Let me know down in the comments below, though, what y'all think about all of this. And going forward, are y'all a big fan of these live IPs? Y'all Destiny fans? Or y'all want to see them put out more and more single player games? I personally do. Let me know down in the comments below. Alright, lads and ladders, thank you so much for tuning in. That is a wrap for today. Let me know what you think about all of this stuff down in the comments below. All of this stuff going on in Cdpr Red and everything going on over at PlayStation. I'm so excited. And are you hype about this Nintendo Direct tomorrow? Are you excited that we finally might have that great Mario movie? Because it's going to be animated live action. You're not going to see Star-Lord in a Mario suit jumping around, even though that would be quite funny. They should actually do that on YouTube and just make it with all of the actors and actresses in there and just do a YouTube like, this is the movie, no, we're joking, here's the real trailer. And that would be really hilarious. But I'm really excited about this. Let me know what you think about all this down in the comments below. But if you like this, of course, go ahead and hit the like button. If you didn't, just hit the dislike. It's all good. Go ahead and hit that red subscribe button on your way out if you haven't already. And whoa, make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when your boy is posting. I post every Wednesday and even on the weekends at an undisclosed time so far. And I'm going to be bringing you Yesterday Today, bringing you some of the biggest gaming news you may have missed from Yesterday Today. Thank y'all so much for watching, and this video is finito.